Hello, my name's Dan Stafford. I'm the host of Midwestern Geek in Cali, and this is episode 125. And I want to talk about e-waste. E-waste in a big way. So let's scoot over here for a minute, little infinity screen, and then we will jump over to this. 250 million Windows PCs estimated to be going landfill wise as of October 14th of this year, this fall, like before Halloween. So here's the thing, all these PCs work just fine. Windows is pulling the plug, Microsoft is pulling the plug on Windows 10. And what a waste, right? I'm not recording this episode on Windows. I'm recording this episode in Ubuntu Linux, which is free. Ubuntu Linux, I've talked about it a little bit before, probably more than once, but it's free. Okay? I am just kind of like saddened by the fact that we're going to waste all this hardware when there's people out there that need PCs, people that could use an extra PC that's just for work or just for personal use. There's a lot of good reasons to rescue these PCs. And there's a lot of different versions of Linux out there you can try. Matter of fact, there's a website out there that lets you try Linux without even installing it. Okay, DistroC website lets you try various Linux distributions directly in your web browser. Here, let me show you around a little bit here on Ubuntu, which is the Linux version that I'm running now. It's very common and very useful, and it's real easy to use. It's not that different. Okay, when you come up with Ubuntu, all right, the taskbar is over here. You got to get in settings and change it. You get in settings up here. Here you've got your sound, your Wi-Fi, speakers, battery level, all this stuff. What you're using is here. There's antivirus running on this machine. You can get at different programs here by just typing in the name. Let's say I want to do some writing, LibreOffice Writer. All right, Ubuntu comes with LibreOffice installed. LibreOffice is a full-blown software suite, very similar to what you know Microsoft Office was before Office 365 and all the subscription stuff. It's installed software on your machine. I fire up LibreOffice, which came with Ubuntu, and here's Writer. It's not that crazy different from Word. Okay, it's not exactly the same, but how hard is it? I mean, these icons are pretty self-explanatory. If I want to go into a different Office program, I haven't really done it from Writer before, but I'm pretty sure there's a way. And if I just if I want LibreOffice Calc, it's right here. I mean, I've got Lightworks installed on here, Ubuntu, our OBS Studio for recording video. I've got terminal software here. I've got Firefox that comes with it. Yeah, you can install Google Chrome. I can put Signal on here. There's tons of free software. This is all free, every bit of it. So if I go in software and I want to find something to use, It'll show me what's installed, what's pending updates. I can hit explore, which really doesn't do all that much, but then I can search over here by like, what do I want? If I want to get a screen recorder, I can just type that in there. It'll search the software library, and there's all kinds of stuff here. I can do an audio recorder. Would help if I was typing straight, but that's all right. Audio recorder, and here's a bunch of them that are coming up. Backup software. Yeah, there's several of them. I've got Deja Dupe backups installed. Um, there's disk tools, everything you really need in a free operating system. I mean, it's really not that hard. Even Ubuntu even will update itself if I tell it to check for updates. And here it goes, it start checking for updates, and it doesn't force you to install them on a schedule. You install it when you're ready for it to do the install, so you don't have to be working on something or worrying about it. All right, mine's up to date because I kind of stay on top of it when I go to use it, but this is really pretty easy. Yeah, there are a few things that you would need the command line for, but not that many, and there's so much free stuff available now for Linux. It's just, it's amazing. Uh, yeah, creativity tools. There's all kinds of stuff. You got Audacity, all this stuff that you most of it you don't have to pay anything for. Nothing. Let's see. I haven't even explored the Learn thing here. Um, Now there's obviously quite a bit in here. There's just a ton of stuff available for Linux, and it's free. And most of these computers that can't run Windows 11 work just fine with Ubuntu and most other Linux distros. Matter of fact, what I'm doing on my PC now is I've got Ubuntu 24.04 long-term stable release, or LTS 24.04. They put out a stable release in even numbered years, and they give you support for that release for free for 5 years. And every couple of years they put out a newer version of the stable release. And most older PCs are capable of running Ubuntu. It's kept up to date by Canonical, which is a pretty good sized company that mostly makes their money on server maintenance and administration. Um, the desktop version is around for them to integrate with their servers, and it's just fantastic. I mean, it boots up fairly quickly compared to Windows. It's a good bit faster, and it also is more stable. I mean, I got lots of blue screen of death with Windows on this machine, and I hardly ever see it happen with Linux. Now, occasionally it'll freeze or something like that, but that's rare. Most of the time it just works. And I find myself 90% of the time, probably 95% of the time, just firing up Linux and getting done whatever I want to do. Now, I do have Windows 10 still on this machine. This machine's not capable of going to Windows 11 because of some of the really techy hardware requirements that Microsoft wants for Windows 11 and above. Fine, it's a perfectly good machine, fast with a lot of storage, works great, runs Ubuntu, and you know what? Once they stop sending out updates for Windows 10, I'm just going to tell Windows 10 on this machine to forget any Wi-Fi networks, I keep a 128 gig thumb drive plugged into a USB port. Anything that I need to do in Windows, because I have software that only runs in Windows, there's a few things. And when I fire that up and use that, any files that result, I can turn around and drop them on the thumb drive and then turn around, boot up Ubuntu, which is perfectly secure, new, up to date, copy the file off the thumb drive and do the internet and networking to my heart's content. I mean, why is everybody so stuck on Microsoft? I mean, I get it in a business environment, but um, even some businesses, charities, um, people at home, there's perfectly good machines all over the place that could run Linux, and it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. So it's just a little bit of, yeah, I hate to see all that e-waste go into landfills when these machines are perfectly fine and there's people that need machines. I mean, you could get some computer professional to wipe a machine if you wanted to do that and donate it, but it's a really good idea to give these machines a second life. So, I mean, when it comes to the fall and it's getting really close to the date, I'm going to try to see if I can find any local charities that are maybe upgrading PCs or updating them with Linux to try to keep them out of landfills or something like that. Maybe donate some time. This is something that I do. Excuse me. So think about it and yeah, reach out for help. Reach out to the geeks and computer guys and nerds or whatever you want to call them these days, but guys that know their way or gals or whatever that know their way around PCs and hardware. Yeah, I'm old school, all right? So pronouns, whatever. I mean, you get my drift. It's more about the ecology of it, the frugality of it, the 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 horrendous waste that we're talking about of hardware that really just kind of like gets under my skin like a little grain of sand in a wound, and just like, why are we doing this? Yeah. So that's the right thing to do. Clean them up, fix them up, and use them until this use things and throw them away. There's no such thing as a way. It's not good, not cool. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. I'm going to see if I can start planning how I can do a little bit about it in my little corner of the world. And I kind of challenge the other tech people out there to put a little time and effort into helping stop as much landfilling of perfectly good PCs as possible by upgrading them to Linux or I suppose Chrome OS is possible. I've also heard you can run Android on some of these machines. Uh, Whatever it is, there's lots of open source software that will take the place of what Microsoft is yanking out from under people's feet. So think about it. If you got an old PC in the closet or something and you want somebody to install Linux on it for you and see if you can play around with it or set up your current machine to dual boot so you can run either Windows or Linux and try it out. Or if you want to get on that, what was that, Distro C website and see about trying an online version of it just to play around with it and see if you're able to use it effectively. You know, at least flirt with the idea of trying to make use of something that's really not useless at all. other than by the whim of a huge corporation. So, my 2 cents. And on that note, happy Vulcan fingers to you from the Agent of 42. May there never be a rogue wave in your wine glass tonight. And hope everyone lives long and prospers and has a great life and rescues all these PCs for something better than a landfill. Just saying. All right, www.midwesterngeekandcali.com. If you like this, go ahead and like and subscribe, please, or throw me a comment. Argue with me if you think I'm completely out of there, um, you know, or if you think I'm right, or if you got any ideas that you think I should talk about as far as this topic goes. Let me know in the comments. But let's think about it. Let's just think about it. Good night.